the Spark hold on? Oh, Surefour already down. Big pick for the Spark as Hydration tries to go in. Gets stunned though, lines up a shot, but not able to connect with anyone there. Godsby is down though. Shaz gets one with the Coalescence. A chance for Gladiators to come in. They jump onto the point with the Wrecking Ball, but Hydration's already down. And Ria there with the Gravitic's Flux to help finish off Roar. A 50% max health damage is quite tough to deal with. That's how you burn down tanks.
Yeah, a lot of ults used though, Doa, as we come into that one. They are going to have the Orisa and the Symmetra ults.
Avoid trying to deal with that teleporter in the high ground with that Sigma. Gets replaced there. There's the Symmetra shield going down. It's going to be the Gravitic Flux. Picks up a lot of people with it. That's a ton of damage. Roar down already though as he gets one. The stone thrown in. And they're trying to keep him alive. They're keeping the Bastion alive. And Bezzy going wild, tearing through the entire Gladiators team. And that is going to be Spark sending it to overtime. And that is the most happy, joyous configuration tank I've ever seen. Takes a rocket jump onto the high ground, trying to finish off the Stragglers here on the Gladiators. Trying to get back in there, but Roar just can't do it by himself. Maybe they can get in and touch. No, can't quite get there. And it will be the Spark taking the first point on Busan. Rian needs a really good Gravitic Flux here. Gushway already down. There's Sam's one tank. That's a problem for the Spark. Is it a big Sigma ult? We will see. Big Goose drops that sound barrier, keeps everybody alive, and Godsby already out of commission. Surefour adds a kill to the kill feed as well. Ria knocked away by the rock on the other side. Hydration down, but Surefour there to clean up. As you often see with that Reaper. Now Gushway back again, he's on the Wrecking Ball, needed to swap to get back to the point in time, but it's 99%, and the Gladiators are on the verge of tying up this map. It seems like they'll be able to, although Bezzy comes into the kill on Surefour. Maybe they can hold on. Godsby goes in, gets two, but he gets two. That's right, well, Shaz anyway, but Roar right back, getting some tank kills now in Hydration. Seals the deal. We've got a tie map here on Busan.
Much better performance from the Gladiators on that.
Whoever loses has to stay here, I guess. Oh, Bezzy has to take the ticket from Hydration right away.
Stuck in the back there.
Oh, nice onto Shaz as well. Drops down with the rocket punch. Loads it up again. Bezzy going wild here, man. There's the uppercut, and the rock is not going to save you now. Might as well dig your own grave instead. Void is down, and Hangzhou Spark will take the point early. Fourth array form early. That might be a little bit rough for this Reaper. They've got the Sigma shield there for the moment. He's taking a lot of damage. Gets the healing just in the nick of time there. He's sub 50 health for the moment. Ray form back up again. Dodges the rock that way. Meanwhile, the Spark fall back to the point to try to weather this storm as the Gladiators jump in, and they're going to just push the Spark right off the edge, it looks like. Bebe down. And Hydration jumps right through the Sigma ultimate. No problem at all as he finishes off Bezzy. And looking okay, although that said, IDK, wow, sound barrier, bold move with so many down on his team. And I think that's going to be a Lucio ult that the Spark are going to want back. I mean, now expiring. Gladiators regrouping a little bit here. Boyd taken out though. Bezzy gets one, and that's a nice rocket onto the Moira. They don't get the finishing damage though. And now it's time for Spark to go on the aggression. Hydration down. It's a good start. Godsby jumps in with the Death Blossom, but Surefour shuts him down. Bezzy, though, that said, they're the damage that they need. Hangzhou Spark managing to flip this one. Overwatch. Hangzhou Spark. Big Goose down already. Ria comes in. Oh, gets Void with a Gravitic Flux. And Hangzhou Spark look like they're threatening to just win this map right here, right now. It all came from Bezzy's great Doomfist play at the beginning of it. That's going to be enough to get the Hangzhou Spark the 1-0 lead.
I agree, Doa. That initial pickoff was so impactful over the course of that point, and they were able to ride that wave into a narrow victory. Gladiators kept it close, though. Looks like we're going to have a pretty competitive match on our hands.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, Gravitic Flux used by Void. Sound barrier comes down, prevents a lot of that damage. So meanwhile, Meteor Strike for Bezzy keeps him safe. It's going to be Gravitic Flux. That's 4 people caught in it. Can they get the kill? Oh, they get the follow-up. Ria, forget everything I said about this guy's ultimates, man. He's doing just fine on the Sigma.
Yeah, it seems like as part of that last point on Busan and now here on King's Row, they've been doing much better.
That was what we're seeing too, is that good Sigmas will build their ults very quickly. Void already halfway to another one right now. Ria already 36% his as well. Meanwhile, Death Blossom coming in from Surefour. No kills resulting from that just yet though. Godsby down. Hydration does get the finishing blow, and what that did do is it pushed the Shark, the Spark back. Here we go again. The Spark are back, and Gladiators finally getting the cleanup. They're gonna get the payload moving. To finish this point, we'll see if the fight works out though for the Spark. Hydration going in early. Meteor Strike right away though. He had to get out of danger. It's gonna be the sound barrier for both sides. There's a Gravitic Flux coming in from the Gladiators. Roared down though. Hangzhou Spark standing strong. So far, they really want to win this defensive fight here at the end of B. Bezzy loads up. The right click gets stunned as he goes in though. Hydration down regardless. Kushlai finds another one, and now the other DPS Surefour hits the floor as well. And Spark, they win this fight, and now, if you're the Gladiators, you gotta deal with a long run back and not a lot of ultimates. Tried to take off more of it with the Death Blossom. Wasn't successful. Spark though, Bezzy goes in, finishes off Big Goose. It's a good start. Oh, but Hydration with the revenge. Meanwhile, Gosby gets Surefour, so it's going to be Hydration on his own. As far as the damage deals for Gladiators are concerned, they do, though, have that supercharger, and they're going to use it to power up Chaz's Coalescence. That's going to be a kill onto IDK, and that payload nearly at the end of B. Spark trying desperately to stop them, but they're short-handed. Hydration seems unstoppable. That's going to be the Meteor Strike coming down for the 2K. And this should be point B for the Gladiators, so not stopped for long on the attack. Able to do this, Shaz trying desperately to heal his Lucio. Big Goose down though, it doesn't matter, and Roar gets the kill onto IDK as well. You will see as a Meteor Strike comes in, if the Gladiators can push through here, but that's a big Coalescence coming out from Bebe right now. Gladiators trying to hold on, Hydration, not a lot of help, but he finally gets the healing he needs in the end. Exits, there's another stun from Ria, but Surefour right there to finish him off, and then the Death Blossom from Gosby turns it around again. An insane back and forth fight. Now the Gladiators with the sound barrier, IDK so close to his, he gets it in the nick of time. And again, will it come down to those respawns for the Spark? Big Goose, it looks like it might, but he gets one onto Gushue as well. The Hog off the edge, the whole Hog. Oh, and another knockoff onto Shaz. IDK sealing the deal and stopping the Gladiators from getting all 3 points. Rocket Punch, Bezzy with a bit of damage here as the Spark try to assault point A. Going around from behind again, another good bit of damage, and he doesn't get out this time though. Surefour ready for him, and now the Spark fighting short-handed. 5 to 6, make it 4 to 6, make it 3 to 6 as Surefour picks up a bunch of kills himself and sends the Spark packing. That one's not going to work out.
Top up, bet 100% here shortly.
Harder to be sneaky when it's such a binary way to approach that. Surefour just walks in and unloads the Flower of Death.
That's great for the Gladiators. Didn't even have to use any support ults to cover him.
The Hangzhou Spark, they're on the verge of getting full health here. Just 2 ticks taken. There's another Death Blossom coming in from Surefour as he's in the Coalescence, getting so much healing as well. Hydration is like, you know what? It's all right. I'm just going to kill 2 people with my Rocket Punch. Why not? And here comes a Meteor Strike. Time to slam and finish off the Spark as the Gladiators are going to tie this series up. It's all elementary here as the cleanup continues.
They're looking really good right now, and they will do it.
Yep.
Tie match here for the Gladiators. Full hold on their map selection of Kings Row. They moved to 8-2 on the map in 2019.
Gladiators backing off to the point. Hangzhou trying to win a 6v4 here, a 6v5. Surefour in trouble. Can they finish off the Reaper? Goes back to his team, but Roar left exposed, and now Bezzy looking for a kill onto Big Goose as well, down to just about 50 HP. Surefour finally gets one. How does he live for so long? And they're gonna actually use the Coalescence from Shaz to try to stay in this one.
I mean, they have no Orisa right now, so the re-engage should be very strong from the Hangzhou Spark. I mean, they have no tanks right now on the point. Tank respawns coming in. This should be easy for the Spark to take.
I mean, Surefour just trying to take that defensive position as well. Now he's trying to get up on the high ground. 1 tick taken by the Spark already. The tanks for the Gladiators coming back, but Shaz, now the support's out of commission, and finally Surefour drops. The Hangzhou Spark slowed down, but not stopped at all on point A. They are Spark with 1:30 left on the clock, so any way you slice it, even if they finish it, it's not going to be the world's greatest time bank either. Going in, all right, Death Blossom from Surefour, and he gets 3! Surefour! Nobody's stopping this guy. Yeah, you know what's better than the tactical crouch? The slow clap crouch. Yeah. Easy as that, right? Play of the game. I think that's what they call that. It's there. Big Goose trying to separate some of the Spark members from the rest of their team here. And Hydration down. Adora gets one with the Death Blossom, looking for more as he runs forward here. Wraithform to get onto the point and get after Big Goose, who backs away. Gonna get taken out here in a second. There we go. Now the Spark ready to finish it. They do get the complete cap with 21 seconds remaining. Still putting a lot of damage into those shields. Yeah, that Sigma shield's basically gone, and now Adora is just completely gone. As the first kill comes in, Hydration getting that one, now teleporting over to the backlines, forcing the fade early from Bebe. And Moira definitely very vulnerable right now, but Big Goose is down. Bezzy comes back with a kill on the support. Bebe drops, so Surefour finally finding his Corey. The Hunter gets his prey, but now he is hunted in this little room on the side, and Rhea down. Surefour will not be denied. The support Surefour gets from the Gladiators is pretty insane sometimes in these fights, and it shows. The Gladiators gonna take point A here, and Surefour looking pretty unkillable.
He's gonna be trying to defend the point. Coalescence goes out immediately.
And there goes the Meteor Strike as well. Hydration looking for a target. Go on the back lines. Oh, nice halt to bring in IDK. They got one kill, but Bezzy got the kill on the Hydration afterwards. He's been following up those Meteor Strikes multiple times. That is the new pro strat, apparently. You know where he's going to be, just land on him. Roar gets the kill on the Gushui anyway, and respawns or not. It's looking pretty good for the Gladiators here on point B. Void finds one on Adora, and there's a cleanup on a Bezzy as well. Spark are going to just have to trickle in and try to stall as long as they can now. 440 plus, still in the timing for the Gladiators. This is a nightmare for the Spark. If they lose this point right now, and they will. 5:19 when it's all said and done, when you get that little boost of time at the end. They're just going to walk in. And again, the Doomfists run into each other. We see that every single fight, but Bezzy right there to uppercut Hydration into oblivion. Oh, and it's a good start. 2 kills from Bezzy. Once again, the Doomfists winning the day for the Spark on point A. And man, they need a really fast take, and Surefour wants to try to deny them. He's still up for now, but he might not last too much longer. Although we've said that before. Shaz down, Surefour drops. And it looks like it will be a quick point A take for the Spark. They're going to get 30 seconds after this. Not a lot of time, but even just taking point A in time bank is pretty big.
Couple of kills to start things off. Aggressive defense here again from the Gladiators. Nice stun.
Oh, Hydration, though, gets a kill on the Bezzy. It was such a good rocket punch on Roar to start that, but Hydration was ready to counter. And now Surefour with a kill on IDK. That's going to be all she wrote, folks. It's going to be nearly impossible for Hangzhou Spark to take point B at this point. Gladiators getting the kills they need. Can anyone even get there? No. So, the Hangzhou Spark take point A in style, but no progress at all on B. Are we going to have the Doomfist punching each other again, though? It's happened every single time so far. Loading it up, going in. Not this time. Hydration down. Bezzy, he was wise to him, man. He knew exactly the angle he's coming in. Doesn't stop Void from killing IDK, though. Bezzy wants to stop this attack cold. It's 2 for 2 so far in the fight between these teams. And the Spark reeling here already.
They don't have that Orisa either, which is really important for them to be able to stall out this point. Wrecking Ball swap from Roar, very smart. Get back here with a player advantage as fast as you can.
Gushui makes a change as well. He's going to try to get that back there quickly, but not in time to save IDK. Surefour picks up 2, and that looks like it's going to be it for point A. Spark not going to be able to hold this one. Trying to finish off, or trying to keep Surefour alive, rather. A lot of damage being done by the Spark. No kills quite yet. Surefour gets to the back line, so there's the Death Blossom. Adora down. Hydration picks up a kill, and Surefour there for a 2K and the cleanup. And it's looking like it's going to be Gladiators taking a lead in this series. They've got the sound barrier, they've got the damage, they've got the lead, and now they've got Temple of Anubis, a 2-1 lead for LA.
And a great map for Surefour, Doa. 23 final blows out of their 57 limbs, 14 Death Blossom kills.
Wow.
Positioning really good overall, and they've started to exploit the Hangzhou Spark's tendencies. We've got to see Hangzhou adapt right now. Ball swap, gets back quickly.
Yep. There, goes through, knocks everybody off the payload, getting a little bit of shields, comes in. Oh, Surefour beats a rocket punch from Bezzy. The Ash is down. And now Rhea trying to finish off that bar. Ooh, goes for the hair shot. Yeah, that's a fancy one, man. Trying to make the highlight reel there. Either way, forces the far away. Bebe gets a kill on the Decay anyway with that Coalescence. Give me the nano boost, meanwhile, onto Hydration. Trying to get him up to that ultimate, perhaps. Not working out, not quite yet. Big Goose popped that Mercy ultimate as well, but it's not going to end up in a team fight win. The Spark still going to finish off point A.
Taking advantage of that opportunity. Don't have to use too many ultimates. And now we're going to see the swap back to Reaper Doomfist for LA.
All right. Whoa! Death Blossom growing higher than you'd expect. Use that Wraith form to get out. Gets one kill, but no, Godspeed, he's just fine, man. And that was a pretty easy team fight win for the Spark. In fact, a team kill comes through as they might be able to just get around this corner. That's usually one of the trouble spots for attackers.
Guess what? Surefour's been nasty with those Death Blossoms.
Oh, the stun decay down. That was a really bold rocket punch he went for, and he paid for it. Spark ready. They're going to use the sound barrier to get aggressive now onto the Gladiators. Big Goose tied with his ultimate available. That is tragic for LA. And point B is going to be secured by the Spark.
Yeah, Spark had to throw everything at that, however.
Oh,
they're still going to go for it. They're trying for the Hail Mary here.
They're trying, man. If they could stop it right here, it'd be an easy lead. Decay does get one onto Godspeed. Can he stay alive? No, can't quite do it. Meanwhile, Hydration pops the ultimate. They go in. Big Goose drops again, though. Bezzy finds another one. And the Coalescence for Shaz.
They're going to do it, Dom.
Might be enough. It kept the tanks alive. Surefour's still in it as well. And the Hail Mary indeed. Big Goose got back in time. He got the sound barrier off, and he helped the Gladiators get the defense. I cannot believe they pulled that off. You can definitely see the reason for the win.
Yeah, and they're going to get another chance at this defense too. Spark, as soon as they started losing players, rotated over to the cart and are just being annoying, taking time off, because Gladiators went on a long flank away from the objective. So yes, Gladiators are going to win this fight. But the Widowmaker.
Falcon! Almost. Big Goose, so gets one on Rhea anyway. There's the knockup he was looking for. Surefour finishes off Kushui, and that's point A. Taken no contest, really, from the Spark at all.
No, they all in on that flank. But when you don't get that initial pickup, Gladiators have been reading those flanks better and better.
A little bit low. Surefour jumps in, can't take him right off the Wraith form, though. Now Decay. Meteor Strike down to the payload, just trying to clear people out. Gets two! Bezzy and Godspeed, wrong place, wrong time. And that is a big ultimate, now chasing down. And nobody can stop the Gladiators from reaching the end. And they have a 3-1 lead. It's match point.
And you know, they've done it now on multiple maps that the Spark have selected, so...
Yep, dangerous moment for him. And he goes ahead, pops the ultimate. Can he get anyone in? It gets three with that one. Big Goose down already, though. And now it looks like the Spark have opened up an opportunity. Maybe, but we'll see. Roll right on the Death Blossom of Surefour. Only Bezzy, though, dropping in the middle of all that, but Hydration comes back for a 2K as the Gladiators try to hold on. 83% and counting as Hydration looks for another one. Godspeed dodging a bit of damage with the Raid form. Hydration not quite sure what it was. Quickly doesn't need to worry about it. And that was not the greatest Death Blossom that Godspeed has ever used. He's in a great place to take the lead on this map right now. Surefour with a kill onto Bezzy, and it's just going to be Tetherball as Rhea just tries to keep the point alive for the Spark. Hydration with another Meteor Strike kill onto the tank. And they're trying to get that cleanup here. The Spark desperately holding on. But they've denied IDK from even getting there. And again, we say it a lot, but it's yet another chance for the Gladiators to get the easy cleanup and secure the point. And that's 100-0.
Surefour's going to be on a flank again here.
Meanwhile, Godspeed already in the back line. It's going to be the sound barrier early on for both teams. And there's the Death Blossom Hydration down before Godspeed gets knocked out of it. Gets one on Aurora anyway, and Godspeed, he's walking through your team. He's in your base, killing your mans. And Spark gonna hold off a Godspeed 3K. And they are nearly there. Gladiators with one more fight to try to stay in this round, or Hangzhou's gonna tie it up. Heal a little bit off of those right clicks. A Reaper primary fire does heal you. Godspeed though down. Hydration finds one of the Gladiators. Might actually be able to turn this one. Oh boy, here comes the ultimate from Rhea though. Maybe the Sigma ultimate can turn it, but no, Bezzy down. Surefour gets two, and Hydration not even needing to use that Meteor Strike left. The Gladiators have not flipped it yet, but they will now. So at the last moment, the Spark give it up.
Engagement. Spark going to be coming up here with the sound barrier. Still a good chance for them.
This is the fight they need to take, and Godspeed gets one onto Roar. It's a good start for the Spark, but the sound barrier not lasting long. The Gladiator shield's expiring as well. Bezzy comes down, Kushui the kill onto Void. So the Spark have given themselves a chance to turn this one around and flip it 99-99, but the Spark will take it. And can they hold on? It's only the Wrecking Ball to deal with. And maybe a Doomfist, maybe if Hydration can get there, he can't quite do it, and the Spark tie it up, narrowly avoiding a trip to the lower bracket in that round. Shaz with the Coalescence, Bebe down, good start. Ooh, great start for the Gladiators, even with the kill coming in from Bezzy. See if the Gladiators can push this onto the point. Bezzy comes down with a Meteor Strike onto Roar. Gets knocked down for the moment, but rises right back up with the uppercut, and the Spark will continue to hold.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do in that scenario if you're the Gladiators, because you're playing into two supports and a Reaper, or you're playing with your two supports and your Doomfist, rather, into that Reaper.
Sure.
And you're just not going to kill the Reaper. Super difficult to do. And so the Spark end up with the right players remaining on the field. Back in again, so the Charger down, 5 times.
Uh-oh, all right. Godspeed barely gets out, but there's the ultimate from Void. He's gonna go down, Rhea takes him out. And the Gladiators trying to push this fight into their favor. Hydration doing what he can. And maybe, with Gushue out of position here, he's in a little bit of trouble. Nice connection with IDK. Hydration just finds him. And Fakeus's sound barrier giving them so much durability to flip this one, and I can't believe it. The Spark are gonna hand the point over again, maybe. That Gushue down, it's not looking good. The tanks are out, and they flip it.
How do you survive that?
Bezzy, oh, Pepe gets the kill on the Big Goose to start things off. A little bit of damage done by Bezzy to help out. Sound barrier for IDK as the Spark are gonna try to retake here. It's looking rough. Godspeed gets 2 with that Death Blossom. Saving the elf for just the right time. 3 kills from the Reaper and an easy flip back. And the Gladiators, they were so close to finishing this series. The Diva from Void gonna try to delay as long as he can here. Try to give some time for the Gladiators to get back on the point. They've got Roar there with the Wrecking Ball. Godspeed with the kill onto Roar though, and it's gonna be real hard for the Gladiators to get any sort of purchase on the point at this moment, and that is it. The Spark keep themselves alive in the series.
Only wins for the Spark have been on control, but that's all they've needed. However, now they have to win on map types that they have been shut out on so far. There's nearly a mirror 4v4 versus the Spark, but the difference is with Bebe was still alive, so a lot more healing coming out. You're not going to fight that with the Lucio. Might as well just wait for those faster reinforcements. That's what they do, and they're on the point, and Decay has killed IDK immediately again.
IDK died first in both of these fights. There goes Bezzy this time. No kills for him, and a real problem for the Spark as they struggle to hold. Gladiators have just got the pin down, and they're going to bury them with boulders from Hydration.
They're going to try to do it with just a barrier right now, coming around from both sides at once. Stun onto Decay.
Rock beats punch, apparently. Surefour does get the kill on Rhea anyway. Godspeed with one onto Shaz, now Decay. Jumping in to try to make life difficult before the Reaper does just that. Death Blossom, oh no! You don't jump on that! And the Hangzhou Spark get a last-second defense here on B. They're gonna have the sound barrier and the gravitic flux very soon. All right, meanwhile, Ultimate comes in. Uh-oh, Bebe knocked off the edge. There's Decay down as well. Hydration with the ultimate. Can he turn this one around for his team? It looks like he can with kills on Bezzy and Godspeed. It's a good start. There's a rock. Oh, nearly knocked him off the edge.
That's a huge move.
But IDK gets a big one. Onto Roar, like you mentioned, Monty, and Gladiators on the verge of maybe pushing this one through. IDK down. Can they keep it going? There's a rock avoided by the Wraith form from the Reaper, and Surefour gets one onto Bezzy. So the Gladiators continue to sort of slowly grind their way through the Spark defense, and that might be point B. They gotta get rid of IDK. He does get the knockoff onto Roar, but point B taken by LA. Ultimates to use here as they go in. It's going to be the Turbo Supercharger from Hangzhou Spark. Sound barrier now for the Gladiators. IDK pops in just a second later. Giving his team the shields for a little bit longer. Gravitic Flux used by both teams. Shabs with the kill on the Coalescence as well. The Gladiators getting the edge in this one, but Hangzhou taking a few names themselves as well. They'll have the respawns, but will they be there fast enough to stop the Gladiators? It's OT again. A very similar situation to King's Row as the Spark finally gets a respawn onto the payload. The damage there from Baby's Coalescence as well. Can they finish it? They haven't been able to finish off Gushue just yet. And now, yes, the Spark are coming in. The Diva is there as well. Surefour eliminates Bebe, but Godspeed's Death Blossom again, not accomplishing a lot. Surefour's got the Death Blossom, and unlike King's Row, the Gladiators able to finish.
Surefour managing to save himself off of a boop.
Yeah, look at
See, he gets knocked off this bridge. As a big part of why they were actually able to even take B was this.
Look at that. Man, that is...
He's able to get back into the fight.
Yeah, that is the Shadow Step buff that has really been one of the big reasons why we see Reaper again.
Yes.
The ability to do that in the air. Yeah, give yourself a hand, Surefour. You deserve it. You can't move forward without that Sigma. Now Spark is trying to not lose more, but they're going to lose Messi anyway. They do get the kill on Roar. All right, that's actually kind of shocking.
That's actually really bad for them because they need Roar's barrier on the point to contest. So Hangzhou basically has a free approach right now. So you're going to give up ticks here regardless. It's not good for the Gladiators. Now they have to re-engage.
I'd love to know how Godsby actually managed to find that kill on Aurora. It's kind of crazy. Messi, meanwhile, hydration does not last long. Back was turned, and the fist came in. Godsby, meanwhile, gets behind the Gladiators. Trying to do a little bit more damage. They've taken up Decay already. Gushue down as well. Oh, busy with a kill in the shadows. The Spark on the verge of getting a very fast point A, and they need it.
Roar dying is... Your Risa dying in this meta is the worst thing that can happen to you. For the Gladiators, the best they can do is draw.
All right, it's a Garden of Death Blossoms, but Surefour is not going to grow as much as Godsby. Meanwhile, he Wraith forms away to safety. Decay with 2 on the Meteor Strike. The Gladiators not done yet.
Coalescence will be there, but the immediate damage from the Meteor Strike, too much for the tanks to handle. Surefour spinning to win on the payload.
That's right. Okay, with another one onto Bezzy, so Spark so close to finishing point B, but the momentum has finally been stalled. Not to get yoinked off the edge here, just like that. That's the danger. Doesn't end up working out, but Surefour, he's gonna go down. Bezzy with a kill there. Oh, Bezzy! Oh, I can't believe he stayed on. That was more alarming than your average Mario Brothers level. It's terrifying. Hydration down, and Spark winning the fight at the end of B. And they're going to keep this thing going, and they're going to have a good amount of time on point C as well. Have the Moira ultimate firing away. And now Surefour with the Death Blossom just separating the Spark, trying to prevent the team members from coalescing there. Better turn.
Just need to stay on the payload, though. They have to force the Spark really to engage right now. The spawn advantage is there because he's starting to get some limbs.
And he came back, got a kill on the Decay. Now Godsby with one on the big boost. Hydration, again, using the shields to stay on the point. Roar is out, though, and now the Gladiators losing members fast. That payload is going to move, and still, time in the time bank. If the Spark can finish it, they're going to have a great chance to win this map. They're at least going to achieve a draw. Can they stay alive? Godsby with the Death Blossom at the end. Oh, and Roar is right there. Can they kill Hydration? He doesn't even get there. 136 in the time bank.
So high mobility. Back into the mix. Gladiators waiting for that opportunity. Is he going to get stunned out in the front line? But
stunned out of his rocket punch. Oh boy, Big Goose and Decay both down. And the Spark, they are holding, and there's only 5 seconds remaining. They might just be able to do it right here, right now. No ultimates available. Surefour drops. He's not going to get that big team fight win that his team has relied on all night. And the Spark, they are going to hold here.
Now
it's going to take a miracle.
Yeah, that miracle's not going to come.
I think so, yeah. Godsby with a Celebration Death Blossom at the end, and that will be a full hold for the Hangzhou Spark.
Slow roll right now, onto the point for the Hangzhou Spark, taking cover behind broken tank there.
You can win one fight decisively. Oh, and there we go! Decay and Big Goose both down, and the Spark, I'd say that's it. I don't think Hydration's going to come back and win the 1v5. No, he's not. And the Spark smack down the Gladiators and tie up this series 3-3.
Oh boy. This is getting really exciting, Noah. The Spark now are sending us to that game 7.
Look at the ultimate economy. Even for both teams, Hydration, just jumps through the team, doesn't connect with anybody, but now Bebe down. Next knuckle shot, he's out. Nice right click on the Bezzy, loads that one up. And another one, Hydration. Getting a lot of finishing blows here at the end of point A, and Spark unable to really come up with anything of their own. One on Surefour at the end, but that's point A taken by the Gladiators already. To burn some ultimates here for Flux being lined up. Void. Not really able to find a good one, I don't think. We'll see. Hydration gets a kill to Bebe anyway. There's a rock coming in, and now Spark starting to lose members. Gladiators finally finding the fights that they need to take point A, but it's cost them a lot of ultimates, and Spark Looks like they're just going to save theirs. Why not, man? They burned a lot of time off the time bank on B. Absolutely right. Hydration hitting the back lines now. Here comes the Meteor Strike. Ultimate's getting used for both sides. Bazzi right on top of maybe. No, avoids it this time. Hydration with 2, though. Gets both supports in 1 Meteor Strike. That is huge. The Sound Barrier doing nothing for the Hangzhou Spark. And the Gladiators on the verge of finishing this push. I might get it right here.
Got some decent value, though. They killed the Reaper. The Sharp Forest down. Can they get it? And try and stall now with the Wrecking Ball. Looks like it's not going to be a stall here for the Spark.
Yeah, not much of one anyway, as it is only the Wrecking Ball on the point, the payload right now. They're going to be able to get in just barely with the Reinhardt and the Reaper, actually. Gushue swapping over. Hydration down to Bezzy. Maybe opening something up here. Godsby taken out, and Sherport just on the payload with that Death Blossom. Gets one into Bezzy anyway. And the Spark trying to defend, but they just can't get the kills in the end, it seems. It takes a while. The Wrecking Ball down. 42 seconds on the clock. The Gladiators finish. Let's check out this Hydration 2K from the end. IDK is like, all right, got a Sound Barrier. No!
Ooh. Great timing. Excellent timing on that.
Godspeed's Death Blossom's gonna try to keep them alive in this series. Can they possibly do it? Death Blossom comes in, sure for the one, getting the kills though. Meanwhile, Boyd, all right. Gets some damage done with his ultimate. Sherport down. The Spark trying to win this fight. The map wouldn't be over in their favor, but they'd get to keep pushing at least. Hydration taken out.
Slam.
That's a big gravitic flux, and that's some big damage coming in for the Spark. They're gonna take A.
Oh, boy.
They are not done yet. Gets out barely with that Meteor Strike. It's a little bit of shield when it comes down here. And Bebe down. Hydration finds a kill in the end anyway. Down to 25 seconds. It is getting grim for the Hangzhou Spark. It was a long shot, but it's getting even longer. That said, the kill on Void. They lose IDK though, and Gladiators trying to stay in this fight with the Sound Barrier. They're gonna do it. And it's 10 seconds for the Spark. I don't even know if Hangzhou's gonna get another fight here. Can anyone even get back to the payload?
Morio's gonna have to fade onto it.
And Bebe gonna fade, immediately gonna get halted out and killed, and overtime barely started by Bebe's efforts there. It's going to be the Wrecking Ball. Rhea back on the payload right now, but it's never going to be a 6v6 again for the Spark. That said, they got a kill onto Hydration, but Bezzy down right after that. Sherport trying to seal this one away, trying to get the win for the Gladiators, and he's going to help them do just that. It's only the Coalescence from Baby to contend with, and that's it. The Gladiators have won their first playoff match.
It was a nail-biter, Doha. The Spark made it real. Gladiators went up 3-1. Spark pulled it back to Game 7. But finally, the Gladiators will taste victory in the playoffs.
Let's see who gets it today. It's going to be Sherfor. Well-deserved on that Reaper. Of course, just being so aggressive, getting in there with the Death Blossom. Credit to his team, too, for keeping him alive during all of that as well.
Yeah, really well done by Sherport today.
Yeah.
We came in with, no real questions about his Reaper play. He was the highest damage per 10 out of all Reaper players in this league.
That's right.
And
121 final blows, man.
Pretty good. 59 Death Blossom kills. That doesn't happen very often over the course of a map. But the Gladiators realized that there were so many resources going into shutting down the Doomfist that they got a lot of basically just free Death Blossom.
Well, hey, when you're in a meta where there's no defense matrix, there's no transcendence, there's a lot more opportunities for that Death Blossom damage to get in there, and Sherfor has kind of led the way in terms of Reapers that manage to put themselves in the right place at the right time to do that.